I was here when this young man came into the studio. You met, you chatted. There was nothing at all. This is not set up. It is extraordinary.
So you get the idea. That's what happened. In fact, it's a bit of a coincidence, and I'll tell my guest, Joel Mawhinney, the fact that that was to the programme 2 years ago.
Wow, 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Doesn't feel like 2 years ago.
The end of November 2015.
Goodness me.
And you haven't changed a bit.
No, not at all. The hair's a bit longer, but same old me.
But this is part of what we're going to talk about, because 2 years for people of my age, it means a very different thing to your age. Could you have predicted? You're a man in the world of prediction.
Yes, I am.
Could you have predicted what was going to unfold over these 2 years?
Not at all. No, not at all. I mean, I always had the idea of leaving school and going straight into this, which is kind of what happened, but I think you can only see so far ahead in this kind of job. Constantly things are coming at me which I wouldn't have expected to happen. But yeah, I shouldn't say that. I should say I knew the whole thing, but then none of it's impressive. So
yeah, well, if you knew the future, if you really knew that far ahead in the future, life would become a very strange thing, because you'd be fearing the bad things and you'd be looking forward and wanting the good things to happen immediately.
If I could really tell the future, I wouldn't be living in Bangor, I'll tell you that much. I'd be out in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, what are your ambitions?
My ambitions, for me, I've never really had the ambition of doing like a big flashy Las Vegas show, big posters everywhere. I love creating new stuff and performing for new people, and obviously the venues keep getting better, and I think I'm getting better. So as long as I'm still enjoying doing the tricks, if you want to call them that, for new people, for more amounts of people, I'm pretty much happy. I don't really have a big goal set in stone, because I think if you set a goal like that, what happens when you reach it? It's like, okay, now what? So
well, do you have to have a strange mind and a creative mind? Because if we learn things, we often learn them from somebody else. There are certain things, like I like editing, and I will go through it in my mind, but there's a process in front of me. But for you, how do you get into that creative process? I
think for a long time it was inspiration that came from films and from books and stuff. You pick up on little ideas and different people inspire you. I'm a big fan of sort of sci-fi things and a lot of fiction, so a lot of ideas in films that I used to watch when I was younger would inspire me. Recently, this new show that I'm doing is pretty much totally inspired by the Netflix series Stranger Things, so you'd pick up inspiration all over the show, but really you're kind of on your own for a little bit in terms of actually working out, well, how do I make that happen? It's not like a story where you just think of an idea and it happens. I'm making things happen that are impossible, hopefully. So it is, the thought process can be all over the show. And yeah.
Do you find it difficult to switch off?
Yes. People who know me very well know I can get very annoying whenever it's coming close to a show, which is, I'm kind of at that point now where I'm just constantly ideas firing off all over the show, and it's hard to switch off. But equally at the same time, I don't really want to switch off a lot of the time, because it doesn't feel like I'm working. It feels like I'm just having fun doing it. So
do you need perhaps to leave this country, to go completely away for it, to get out of the zone?
Well, I wouldn't say no to a wee holiday over Christmas, like, but
any offers out there?
If anyone wants to take me, I'll be there. But I mean, not as such. If I burn out and I'm tired, of course I can switch off when I need to, and obviously I'd be hyper annoying to all of the people that I love and I'm very close friends with if I never turned off. But to a degree, there's always something buzzing in the back of my head, usually.
You've gone through shows. I saw your show on the Black Box originally. You're the first person I ever talked to.
Yeah, that's true.
To come on the programme like that. You've been through a couple of incarnations of shows, and well, what's happening in the future?
Well, I've, as you say, there's been 3 shows probably since you've seen it. Two shows since the last time you saw it. The one that is coming out next week is a new show that I've written. It's been months now we've been writing this thing. It's the first time I've worked with actual direction and actual writing as well, having a writer work with me as well. My friend Shane's worked with it on me, and we basically created the magic show that I want to go and see in a theatre. Like, so if I could see anything for 2 hours, what would I want to watch? And we've basically turned that into a reality.
And the good thing is you're both part of the magic circle, so you can work together.
Where we get heads cracked together, and it gets pretty mental. 3 a.m. most times we hang around.
So where is this this extravaganza taking place?
You can see this show on the 7th of December in Space Bangor, which is 5 minutes from the Bangor train station.
If I remember, it's somewhere near the college or the school.
It is. It's right beside the Cirque and the Bangor Academy, so it's right beside there. and it's a nice wee space. So I'm really looking forward to that. Actually, it's a great wee spot.
And it's an easy journey on the train to get to Bangor, so nobody has any.
Come in, you have 5 minutes.
And I'm blown away every time that I have talked to you. It's just because my mind works that way. I just love things I can't explain.
Yeah.
So, you did tell me that this is going to continue now.
Yes, I know. I'm going to overtake a little bit here and just go through this because there's a couple of things I want to make clear. Obviously, first of all, both of you, you're not in on this. We haven't set anything up quite clearly.
Nope.
Not that you would say if you had, but that's very fair just for the people listening, for the people watching, that we haven't prearranged anything. You're both happy with that?
Yeah.
I did bring in a newspaper, which is sitting right there. I brought this at the centre literally 2 minutes before I got in here because I forgot to buy one earlier. It's the Belfast Telegraph. And if you are sad enough, you can go and check that this really is today's Belfast Telegraph.
That's right, and this really is a kidnap photograph, a kidnap video.
Absolutely. And
this today, showing us today's paper.
Yeah, and while you were kind of sitting, we were listening to the music, you had a little flick through this as well, checked that there were bits in there. And the good thing is, if you don't enjoy this trick, you can just sit and read the newspaper if you're bored.
Okay.
So everyone's a winner. Now, Chris, I'm going to do this with you. Here's what I want you to do. While I deal with Robin for a second here, I want you to take out 5 or 10 pages from there and just choose any 5-10 pages. Basically, that's all I need you to do now. Try and go for pages that have lots of text on them, so less pictures and more like paragraphs. You can go through the whole paper. They don't have to be together. They can be any words you want, any pages you want. Yeah, get rid of them. I'll leave you to do that, and when you've done that, get rid of the rest. Make sense?
Yep.
Perfect. Robin, I'm going to do something with you just while we let Chris go ahead and do that.
Sorry, Joe, you're going to do a trick with Robin?
I'm going to do a trick with Robin while you crack on right there.
Any chance you can make it a disappearing trick?
I could try my best.
Oh, yay!
I pay double for that. Mind you. I charge double.
You need.
Now, Robin, here's what I need you to do. Can you see without your glasses for just a second? Can you take them off? This makes it slightly easier for me. Now, would you put your hand up like this? I would have you like swear an oath, but I trust you. Here's what I need you to do, Robin. Do not say a word. Don't move a muscle. I'm going to try and pull something out of your head. Chris, just while you're there, do you know what you want for Christmas this year?
I do.
What would you like for Christmas?
I want a silver Porsche.
Lovely. Who wouldn't, really? You wouldn't turn that down. Now,
No, I wouldn't.
Robin, I just want you to wiggle your hand if this is true. Have you given any hints to me? Have you told me anything about a gift that you want for Christmas? Just give me you haven't said a word. You promise?
Absolutely.
Good. It's probably better that you speak rather than just wave your hand. But anyway, yes, we are on radio. I sometimes forget. Robin, I want you to just basically think in the back of your head about something you want for Christmas. Now, don't tell either of us. Say nothing out loud. Just keep it locked inside your head. Is that fair?
I'm doing that,
seems
yes.
pretty fair, right? My job's to try and pull this out. So keep your hand like this. Would you take your other hand and hold it like this? Now, whatever that gift is, imagine receiving it on Christmas morning. Hold your hands above the computer just so I can see. Imagine that it's actually in your hands right now. Oh, and you've actually just done the work for me. You've moved your hands right close, which obviously helped me. Try not to move your hands too much, which obviously tells me it's something that fits in the hands. Probably something would fit in one hand, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Now, interestingly, I think it's probably something that has to do with media just because of you. Now, I have had a bit of time to get to know you over 2 years, and I think that it's probably going to be something. Now, 2 years ago, you thought of a video recorder.
Yeah.
I think, just give me a yes if I'm correct, this is probably, again, something media related.
Yes.
Yes. Put your hands down. Don't say a word. Just look at me. Did you got the pages?
Yep.
Good man. I'm going to go ahead. Are you thinking of a microphone?
Yes.
He is. Good. All right. Well, we'll stick with that for a second. And there's no way I could have known that, right?
No
way at all. But keep that. Just keep that in your head. There's actually a gift on the table here, which I set out before, and the camera will be able to see it. But just for you listening, there's a gift. It's sort of silver wrapped, and that is for you, Robin. In just a second, I knew I set it for you, Chris. I'll get you something on actual Christmas Day. But we have a bunch of pages here, right? Would you split them so you have about half in each hand? So you can actually rip them in half if you want, or you can just grab them in half. I'm totally easy. Look at you go.
Ordinarily, I'd say something at that point, and I didn't.
You didn't? I know you held your
on.
own for a good bit. Great. All right, hold your hands out flat and drop half the pieces of paper. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
Happy days. We'll take this one here. Now, this isn't even just equally one page. This is a lot. This is quite a few pages, right? Just say stop whenever you like. On page. Which one was that? Just point to the one you want. Pull it out. Go ahead. Just rip it right out. Great. You don't want any of these?
Nope.
Great. Give me this one. Perfect. Again, you have kind of a couple halves. There's this half, this half, this half, this half. Which half do you want to use?
That half.
This half right here, that's got the most text on it for sure. And we'll kind of fold this in half again like this. Messily, we'll do that. That's a free choice, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Great. at this point we have two halves of the page, and we have kind of this top half and the bottom half. Which
couple
half
of
would you like?
minutes.
We're going fast. This is over in 2 minutes. Don't you worry. How fast? Which page would you like? Which half of the page? Top half. Great. Take my wrist for me, would you? Just take this wrist here. Can you move it to random words? Just my middle finger. Move it to middle fingers where I'm pointing. So just actually take my wrist actually, because you have total control. Then move it wherever you want. Right there. What would that word? We will just say a couple out just for example.
Donations by.
If we moved it there.
Yep.
What would that be?
Break up.
There's loads of words, right?
Teach.
And equally, it's different phrases. Take my wrist again for me, would you? Move it wherever you want. We'll do this blind. So you look that way, I'll look this way. Move it wherever you want. So it's totally random. Oh, right there. We're stopping there. Now it's going to be this word right here, or this phrase. Are you happy with that, or do you want to change your mind?
Yeah.
But I gave you the chance.
You did.
Great. So would you read that, just that phrase out right there?
Anytime in breakfast cereal.
Anytime in breakfast cereal. But equally, it could have been messages, nice, Christmas holidays, repairs, wide range. Or if you'd gone for a different page, it would have been Ambitions Ferguson, any of these, right?
Yeah.
But it had to be breakfast cereal.
Right.
Because there's been a gift sitting on the table the whole time. Now, I'm not going to do anything funny, not that I'd be able to, but you chose breakfast cereal, and now it is actually a gift. It says to Belfast 89 FM. I'm going to quickly unwrap this, and I actually brought with me, put out your hand for a second, I gave you a little bit. There's some breakfast cereal there for you. I've got a whole big box of this stuff, and you're welcome to take that home. I've created a mess in the studio.
Thanks very much.
I would promise to clear up, but I don't know if we have time, so
Probably.
Fabulous.
Probably not. No, yeah, quite.
I'll take this off you and put it back in the box, don't you worry.
Thanks very much. Okay.